If you are a gourmand lover and you haven't tested Theodoros Kalotinis, I definitely recommend you watching this video because I am going to be spotlighting my favorite gourmands from the brand so far. I love Theodoros Kalotinis. I already have a few of their bottles and I'm waiting for their new release, Caramel Oud. But in anticipation of that, I wanted to take a moment to spotlight some of my favorite gourmands from the brand. I really do think they do gourmands in a very interesting, hyper-realistic way that is quite unique. So I wanted to take a moment and share with you some of my favorite options from the brand. But before we get started, if this is your first time watching my channel, hello, my name is Anya and I love perfumes. I post videos every single Wednesday, but I also post bonus videos in between. So if you're interested, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. I'm going to start off with a fragrance I haven't heard a lot of people talk about lately. This is Jasmine of Athens. It spotlights the note of jasmine with tiare flower and a base of vanilla. But to me personally, the way this fragrance is executed, it smells very much like banana with white florals. It is really, really beautiful. Honestly, I haven't always been a fan of banana scents, but this is absolutely amazing. Jasmine of Athens, honestly, to me it smells like banana, even though banana is not listed in the notes, tiara flower is. But if you're looking for a tropical white floral scent, this is really beautiful, Jasmine of Athens. Next one is arguably one of my absolute favorites from this brand. This is Coffee Addict. It's amazing. I have a few coffee fragrances in my collection and I always reference this as my favorite coffee fragrance of arguably all time because this is such a beautiful photorealistic coffee scent. It's absolutely stunning. It is so realistic that it smells like an espresso shot. It is stunning. It's just coffee. It's coffee. It's not too sweet. You definitely smell like a classic espresso type coffee with this scent. And I love mixing it with other fragrances as well. Whenever I want a gourmand fragrance to have a little bit of like a punch to it, whenever I want something that has a slightly bitter taste, this is what I go for because it is a classic gourmand scent in the way that it's very focused on that coffee note, but it's slightly bitter. It's not too sweet. You smell some creamy foaminess with this, but it's very focused on the coffee and it's done in a way which is absolutely stunning, so beautiful. I love this scent. It's just utterly amazing. This is, oh my gosh. Sometimes I wonder, like, do I like this perfume the most or Lemon Tart, which we are going to get into in quite a bit, but this is one of my go-to gourmand scents. It is so beautiful. It's rich. It has depth to it. And honestly, this is one of those fragrances that makes me really think that Theodoros Kalotinis is some of the best gourmands in the industry because it has depth, it's rich, it's enveloping. You smell a scent that is so photorealistic, but it's just amazing. And yeah, by the way, these are pretty affordable. They run for about $55 US. Pretty impressive considering that these scents smell so amazing. So Coffee Addict by Theodoros Kalotinis, I am in love with this fragrance and I will never stop wearing this because it's so beautiful and it's also very intense. A little bit goes a long way. I usually spray about 2 sprays of this max because this is a little bit on the intense side, but I love this one. The next scent I want to reference is one I don't have a full size of, but this is Velvet Chocolate, and this just smells like cocoa, dark chocolate, and vanilla. To me, it smells like a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting, like the good kind of chocolate frosting. This is absolutely beautiful, a very intense, luscious chocolate fragrance. So I can't decide whether I want a full bottle of this just yet because I still have to get through my decant, but this is absolutely gorgeous. When I smell this, I was instantly just transported to a very delicious chocolate scent. And if you're a chocolate lover, definitely try this one out because it is gorgeous. Like, there's just nothing bad to say about it. It's just such a beautiful, luscious chocolate fragrance. Again, another gourmand that is absolutely amazing. Like, see, the thing is, whenever I smell a lot of these fragrances, I don't necessarily think of them as fragrances that are as affordable as they really are. These smell so high-end, so quality, very niche. Um, and the way Theodoros Kalotinis does their gourmand scents is so ahead of what a lot of other brands are doing. And this is just an example of that. You have so many chocolate fragrances on the market right now that kind of smell a little bit lackluster, and then you smell this and you're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. In terms of the way they've executed the chocolate note here, this smells very similar to Dolce & Diablo by Narcotica. So if you're familiar with that fragrance, it's a very high-end, very expensive niche perfume that has chocolate with apricot. So this is a fragrance that smells very similar to the chocolate in that perfume. Obviously not as complex because this is quite literally chocolate and vanilla. But if we're talking about that luscious chocolate note, this reminds me of that. But it's a fraction of the price. It's quite amazing, very impressive. Velvet chocolate, it's a standout. With this next one, when I first tried it, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. This is vanilla, also by Theodoros Kalotinis. It's caramel with vanilla and patchouli. Now, patchouli for me is a little bit of a weird note. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. And this fragrance is an example of that. It smells like a more earthy interpretation of vanilla. I smell a little bit of caramel, but not so much. It just smells like vanilla with vanilla frosting, almost a little bit artificial. So I think that's what's throwing me off. But yeah, it's a really good vanilla scent. It's very earthy. So it's a beautiful vanilla. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So in terms of the Theodoros Kalotinis scents, I don't love this one, but I really, really like it. But some of the other scents I like a lot more. Next up is Lemon Tart. This is such a beautiful gourmand scent, and I've been very much enjoying this fragrance, especially since I've been revisiting a lot of my Theodoros Kalotinis bottles. This remains one of my favorites in conjunction with Coffee Addict. I kind of can't decide which one I like more because they're both so beautiful, but this is definitely up there in my top favorites for Theodoros Kalotinis perfumes. So this smells like a photorealistic lemon tart, but it focuses a great deal on the buttery, flaky crust. And then you have the lemon zest, the whipped cream. But this smells like the entire pastry. It doesn't just smell like lemon citrus. It's a beautiful scent, and it's kind of an ideal fragrance to wear when it's colder out because it's such a warming, enveloping gourmand perfume. It's really quite beautiful, and I do really love this one. There's just something about it. It's not your typical sickly sweet citrus gourmand perfume. I love the buttery, flaky scent that comes, I think, from the pastry, short crust pastry note. Yeah, this is really, really good. Again, Lemon Tart by Theodoros Kalotinis. I love this one and Coffee Addict. Honestly, I kind of am, at times, I'm at a loss to decide which one is my favorite, but both of these are absolute go-tos for me. So if I had to choose my top two fragrances by Theodoros Kalotinis so far, I would choose these two, Lemon Tart and Coffee Addict. Both of these are amazing scents that, to me, are absolute standouts. So that is it for this video. Again, I do have Caramel Oud coming in the mail. I will be testing that fragrance out, and I will be showcasing it in a video as well. So if you're interested to hear my opinions on that perfume, definitely stay tuned. I'm very excited to get my nose on that. But the light is going, it's getting dark in this room right now, so I'm gonna head out. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.